Excellency, the Ambassador of Sweden, Sunil Mittal, distinguished gentlemen on the podium, ladies and gentlemen. I was a minister in the Vajpayee government, and I am minister again in the Narendra Modi government. I had the privilege to handle departments like coal and mines and law and justice, information broadcasting in the Vajpayee government, and telecommunication and IT, post and electronic manufacturing in the present government. Whenever I become a minister, I set certain goals for me. They becomes an idea of priority. And the rest of the department works in the routine conventional fashion. But I try to drive the entire departments along the goals I have set for myself. When I became the minister, I said I will try to turn around BSNL. As many of you may know, when we left office in the Vajpayee government, BSNL was having a profit of 10,000 crores. When we returned, after 10 years to power, BSNL was suffering a loss of 8,000 crores. Today, I'm happy to say, after 13 months, the BSNL has earned operating profit, has increased its revenue base, also its customer, giving new lines, landline free from 9 o'clock in the night till the morning. Roaming has become free, coming up with other incentivized programs. And I'm sure in the coming 2 years, they will turn around completely. The beginning has been met. The same is the case with MTNL. I'm sharing with you, when I was the Coal Mines Minister of India in Vajpayee government, the Coal India has suffered a loss of 1,400 crores. And within a short span of 1.5 years, I could turn around Coal India into a profit-making company of 1,000 crore plus. That's how I work. Here, because I'm talking to you for the first time, it is very important you also know me, what kind of minister I am. Many of my friends on the podium may be knowing me, but you all need to know how I work. That will be convenient for working in future. Here in my department, I fixed 2 goals for me in the telecom ministry. Growth of telecom sector and consumer satisfaction. And I think I was the first minister to publicly declare, I'm a minister for growth of telecom sector. I'm also a minister for the consumers of the telecom. A view I hold even today. I realize that a lot of policy initiatives are pending. Some of that Sunil talked about. Defense band identification was pending for 7 to 8 years. We resolved that. Today the defense bands have been identified, affirmed by the cabinet. Spectrum trading, spectrum sharing was pending for God knows about 8 to 9 years. That is in place, affirmed by the cabinet. Spectrum harmonization, spectrum liberalization, all have been done. Then I realized that I need to speak very publicly against this lingering doubt of radiation effect. And I started speaking very publicly about it. When I said, campaign against towers and complain against call drop cannot go hand in hand. And we talked about with evidence, and today I'm also reiterating very clearly and categorically that I've got a very conclusive report of the World Health Organization of 30,000 samples, and our radiation norms are 10 times tougher than the international standards. And if anyone is willing to show me tangible medical evidence, I'm willing to look into it. But what I'm not able to appreciate, why it is not an issue in USA, why it is not an issue in Europe, why it is not an issue in London, England, why it is not an issue in the adjoining parts of India, Southeast Asia, why it is an issue in India. I'm sorry I have not been able to find any reply to it. And thereafter I started very publicly speaking about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, whatever policy decision was required to be taken, pending for the last so many years, have been taken. Yes, on the spectrum cap, the assigned spectrum liberalization has also been finalized After the commission has taken a call, let it come to me. I will take a call. On the spectrum cap issue, yes, I have seen your points. TRAI has taken a call. Commission has chosen to take a decision. Let me see how it can go about it. I'm alive to that problem. I cannot promise it will be done very quickly. But the process is on. The reason as to why I have recounted at the very outset all the initiative is, I have done my duty. The operators must do their duty. And that I'm saying very firmly and with full sense of responsibility. While Sunil, I acknowledge your role as the third largest operator of the world. Your company has done a great job. All the other private operators deserve my compliment and good wishes for the great work they have done. I'll speak about it later. But you need to be alive to consumer satisfaction as well. And I regret to say, very frankly, it took a lot of nudging on my side to all of you getting publicly acknowledged that there is a need for improvement. Initial alibi was spectrum is less. There's a need to improve the network. And I compliment you that you are coming with investment proposals. I'm sorry, I don't want to be known as call drop minister. Sorry. I'm being very clear about it. And I will drive it very, very categorically because the country is concerned about it. We are concerned about it. And as a government accountable to the people's convenience, the operators will have to rise to the occasion to reinforce their network, to plug the gaps, to do the coordination. And where the infrastructure is lacking, to invest in the infrastructure. Be very clear about it. I am willing to walk 10 times with you. I have already walked. You need to walk 20 times with me. And your walking must be matched when I think consumers tell me that we are happy about it. And you can do it. When I heard about from Termcell that things are improving, I publicly talked in your favor. But can we say that things are improved absolutely? I cannot say that. I told my MTNL CMD, go out in the car, in your smartphone, move in Delhi and see where there is a call drop. I don't want to go for parallel report. You go yourself. I go in the field. If I see a problem, I convey to Sunil, your CEO, to my private secretary, ask him that this is the gap area. I want this kind of movement to start. Why in Delhi only? What about the other places? Therefore, yes, on the BSNL, MTNL, I'm being very tough. And I'm very happy in a lot of the hinterland improvement is there. People are telling me. I was campaigning in Bihar and at 3,000 feet height, 3 ministers were talking. Unfortunately, all of them were having BSNL. They were talking for 5 minutes. And I said in my Hindi, आपका फोन काम कर रहा है 3000 फीट की ऊंचाई पर? ये BSNL है. I am very happy. I landed at Patna airport. I complimented. You did a good job. And Sunil, mark my word, the day I find the same experience of Airtel, I will ring you up to compliment a good job done. That's the kind of minister I am. But I am very firm, politely. Don't misunderstand me. This is something which I shall pursue. This is something which my government is keen. This is something which you have to deliver. I know your capability. You can do it. Just now, I read as to how many towers have been created. I'm very happy to hear that. But why does it need the nudging of a minister to do so? Can I ask that question? We are so proud. You all have done wonders in this country by bringing telephony to the nook and corner of the country. When someone tells me we have got nearly 980 million mobile phones in India, it makes me happy. With landline, it has crossed 1 billion plus. It is happy. When the internet providers tell me that now, by December end, we are going to have nearly almost 400 million internet connections in India, it makes me happier, mobile and landline both. How India is changing, where I wish to come here to compliment all of you have done. I was campaigning in my own state of Bihar, and this I started from a place like Barachatti. It is a reserved constituency of the Mahadalit, the poorest among the depressed classes. It was a meeting about 80 kilometers away from Gaya in Mohanpur village. About 5,000 people were there. Ramvilas Paswan was there and I was there. Now, whenever I used to stand up, the smartphone starts, young people catching me. There I asked, how many of you are on Facebook? About 500 hands went up. Thereafter, I started replicating it everywhere. Small Mufassil towns, not big towns. And mind you, everywhere a positive. So many are on Facebook, we follow you. And the most interesting was Kusheswarathan. That particular constituency is in the womb of Koshi River, with no communication at all. When I asked that question to a small group of 400 party workers and others, they said, we follow you also on Twitter. It was so amazing that in the most forlorn, ignored area, where even basic convenience and communication is not there, people are alive to Twitter. That's a great job you have done. Keep it up. Keep your reputation intact. Keep the outstanding consequence of your hard work being recognized with convenience. And when this question is asked to me, why the problem has become so acute in the last 2 years, I don't know what to say. But the problem is there. Maybe have you focused more on data at the cost of voice? Is it a fact? Data is good, I'm happy. But don't ignore the voice. That's my suggestion to you. Therefore, Sunil, why I'll compliment you for investing 60,000 crores. They must be used very, very quickly, expeditious manner. And mind you, I will hold you to a larger commitment when you said on the 1st of July in the presence of Prime Minister that you are going to invest 80,000 crores. I hope you remember that. Therefore, I will also hold you for that. And I will also hold Mukesh Ambani, who has promised about 2 lakh crore plus. I will also hold him, be very clear about it. What is my commitment? Anyone who asked for 4G, I said, go ahead. Sunil was the first to apply. I immediately granted that. Eligibility is there. Thereafter, Mr. Mukesh Ambani's company came. I also go ahead. Thereafter, if someone else asks, I'm most open to. Why not? Let 4, 5, 6 people come with 4G. If anyone has the infrastructure to give 5G, go ahead. The decision making in Sanchar Bhavan has become completely transparent. And my mantra is very clear. Anything which is doable shall be done, regardless of whatever you do. Anything which is not doable shall not be done, regardless of whatever you do. And I'm following that. I'm very clear about it. That's my government. Therefore, since I'm coming a body like this for the first time, others have also come. So let me clearly say what I am. And I've been, if there is something required to be revised, I shall go with a very open mind. I'm very clear about it. But for me, consumer satisfaction will remain very important. I will appreciate Sunil, the COAI and others, that you please talk publicly about what you have done. Take the consumers into confidence. You have got a network all over the country. Why can't you engage? There need to be greater engagement. They are your catchment areas. Let that impression not linger before the people of India, that if there is a big consumer base, companies come in large number, but then they forget them as far as maintenance is concerned. The people of India have become very empowered. The people of India seek good delivery. And the people of India appreciate also. And therefore, India is the home to Facebook, the biggest chunk after USA. India is home to smartphone, the biggest chunk after USA. India is home to all the new technology. I just told you what is happening in the field. And my state is not that big a state at all. How India is changing is truly amazing. The Raksha Bandhan day and my 2 sisters come to tie Rakhi to me. And my son clicked my photograph. I said, put it on my Facebook. I said, my greetings to all my sisters of India on Raksha Bandhan day. Within 4 hours, 8 lakh people saw that post, and about 20,000 comments came on that. The different India emerging. Social media is becoming a big part for that. Therefore, when we talk of digital India, what is digital India? Because broadbanding linked to that. Sunil has already talked about the initiative we have taken, the BharatNet part, how we expedited. Even the COAI Secretary General has talked about a lot of initiative and the results which have come about. I don't want to repeat that. But let me convey the larger concept. And what is the larger concept? Digital India is something which we owe to the people of India. Bridging the digital divide between digital haves and digital have-nots. And whenever I have been an activist in public life from my student days, seeing a lot of activity, I have been in charge of about 8 states of India in elections, campaigning all over the country. And I have a habit to observe. And I have observed the metamorphosis of India, which is happening in the last so many years. And the way the people of India have adapted to technology is truly mind-boggling. A lot of instances come to my mind, but one I would like to share here, which one of my lawyer's friend one day shared with me. His car got punctured in Delhi. He's a big lawyer with a big car. It got punctured in the middle of the road. He left it there, came to his chamber, went on Google as to how many puncture-walas are there in Delhi. Then 50 numbers came. How many of these are around his office? Then 4 numbers came. He rang one, said, my car is punctured here, would you mind taking care of? He gave him the message and also he said, all right, I'm coming to your office. He came, collected his key, and after half an hour, on a WhatsApp, sent the photograph of the car and the tube. The tar and the tube. It has 3 nails. I'm going to set it right. And after half an hour, I'm going to come to leave your car. And this is my bill. And exactly after half an hour, he came, deposited the car and the key and the bill and took the payment and went away. The lawyer friend of mine became so excited, he immediately rang me up. This is how Delhi is changing. I was amazed myself. No one taught them that this technology can reinforce your business. But he himself picked it up. And this is happening in large part of India. And my vision of digital India, ladies and gentlemen, is a carpenter wala, an electrician, a mason, a barber, all them collectively use smartphones technology for furthering their business, and we give them that platform. That's what I'm thinking about. And it is happening on the ground. E-commerce, e-education. I'm amazed to see the growth of e-commerce. I asked my postal department in the last 1 year to become active participant. And Sunil will be happy to know that postal department, that old conventional department, has done a business of only 800 crores in the last 4-5 months in e-commerce that they have done. We managed a good payment bank permission for them. I said, leverage your wide spread network of 1,25,000 rural post offices out of 1,50,000. And gentlemen, today I am very happy to share with you 25 international financial consortium. All the top men are keen to partner with Postal Department for their post payment bank, which is going to be launched after some preparation. I'm very happy about it, how India is changing. We have got common service centers. Today, 60% of railway ticketing is e-ticketing. Insurance, other things, they are being run. Their number is 1,40,000. I have decided we'll make it 2 lakhs. And I've also decided that all the postal department, rural post offices will also be common service centers, giving literacy training, banking, insurance, e-commerce, e-health, and also ticketing. And how India is changing, ladies and gentlemen, it is very important for telephone company to know that I asked must have a training for Mahadalit woman, the lowliest of the low. It was done in Bodh Gaya in Bihar. 600 Mahadalit women had come in that function, 301st, 302nd. And I asked 5 of them to come on the stage and speak. And I was amazed to see what a great self-confidence has dawned upon them by the mere training on the mouse. That's a new India emerging. And in this new India emergence, telecom companies have to play a very big role. We will do our part, policy part, the optical fiber network known as BharatNet. How India is changing, do you know, ladies and gentlemen? We decided we must need to involve the state governments. I called a meeting, I talked to the chief ministers. And today, 18 state governments have become ready to partner in the BharatNet success implementation in their own states. They are understanding the power of technology. Therefore, I am very happy things are changing. I must compliment Ericsson also. You've done a great job in the technological architecture of India in the field of telecommunication. I commend you, I compliment you. Make in India is an important part of our program. And when I became minister, electronic manufacturing I picked up. We need to push in terms of electronic cluster and others. Today I'm very happy to announce that when I become minister, investment proposals worth 11,000 crores had come. After 1 year, 3 months, today we have investment commitments worth 1,13,000 crores, which has come in the last 13 months. And Ericsson, I'm very happy to announce, is also an important player of that process. We appreciate that. Make in India for India and also for export outside. We need to have good human resource in electronics. We have started PhD programs in 7 NITs of India, and other programs are also going, so that India becomes a hub of electronic manufacturing. And when I see all the big companies, Foxconn to others, trying to come in India, I feel very happy, which I have been pursuing very vigorously. Therefore, the entire ecosystem is changing. Yes, we need to give more spectrum. That is a process under consideration by the TRAI presently, which Sunil talked about. Let the TRAI recommendation come first. We have to look how far we can go about it. I'm quite open about it, but I cannot make any commitment now. But what is important is spectrum which you have got already in the last spectrum auction needs to be installed very quickly, expeditiously. If you have any problem, tell me, I will direct my department to expedite it also. Yes, we have to work together. I'm very clear about it. We have to work together. And I'm willing to walk, as I said, 10 steps with you. If need be, 20 steps. But you will have to walk 20 steps with me when I'm taking the 10 steps, or 40 steps when I'm taking the 20 steps. If that is done, then you will see a different ecosystem in India. I'm indeed very happy that broadband for all is a larger commitment needed. And when this whole ecosystem comes about, you know how India is changing? I asked one of the key players of e-commerce, what is your catchment area? And they told me 60 to 65% are small Mufassal towns of India. That is the new aspirational class of India. I said, from where you get the highest? He said, Aizawl in Mizoram, the capital, from where they are getting the highest. Now kindly see, because in far northeast, they are not exposed to India, the hinterland. Therefore, they are satisfying their aspiration through the instrument of smartphone, through e-commerce. That's a new India emerging. And therefore, for Northeast also, we have got a special program of mobile telephony, about 5,000 crore plus the cabinet has approved. For Maoist area also, nearly 3,000 crores. The program is under implementation. And yes, also the uncovered area we have to do quickly. Therefore, this expansion of telephony and internet and broadband, all simultaneously, has enough potential to really transform India. And that's the larger commitment. We have to work together. I'm very happy that I came here and shared my view. I'm sure we'll work together to implement that grand vision. Thanks a lot. Namaskar.